This is Grant Harrison from the Waterboyz here with Tyler Newsome. Tyler, what about the water?
No, that's some high quality H2O right there.
One maybe a bit more controversy.
Wow.
We're back. This G brand, you got a lot of teeth. How many teeth you got in there? That's quite a set of teeth you have.
It's cliche, but it is a dream come true, you know.
But the main point is, we're back, we're ready to attack, and sports are back on PEI.
It's mayhem.
Season 4, episode 4, well, 4 squared, coming at you live from the Thunderdome, just after some Canada Games action. Justin, how's life?
I'm feeling pretty great, except for the fact now we're back in school. So, other than that, it's going great.
Okay, that's up-tempo. Taylor, we're matching. Team Canada,
Gotta
very
keep the
red
fire,
today.
Yeah.
How we doing?
Oh, not too bad. Canada Games was busy, lots of work going on, but it was good fun, good for PEI, and happy to get a bit of relaxation now, but we're going to miss it.
Yeah, well, speaking of Canada Games, hot take here, but out of the million sports played across this island and New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, PEI only got 2 gold medals.
No. We got a silver and a bronze.
Yeah.
Got a silver and a bronze. So we only got 2 medals. Not even gold. Hot take, but that seems atrocious. What do you guys think happened?
I mean,
We're on the board.
you're on the board.
Right.
Like, what do you mean? Like, it's a smaller population.
Also, but get this though, our silver medal, the top medal we got, came in judo. Lucas McDonald, the guy he had to, I don't know what it's called. And he judoed. The guy he judoed.
Let's just say fight.
Yeah, the guy he fought had 100 pounds on him. Was like 6'6", and his nickname is Big John. He's a world champion. He's a Pan American Games champion. Look this kid up, John Massey Jr. It's a mountain. But yeah, and our guy.
Mountain.
Yeah.
That's a terminology I have not heard
before I knew his name, I was just watching it and I was calling him the mountain the whole time. Like, this kid is huge. The match was over in 3 seconds. He flipped Lucas. Lucas was down. Match was over. Silver medal. Props to Lucas, though. Hell of a medal. Hell of a fight.
Well, congratulations to Big John. I'm sure you're not watching this. I'm sure you got better things to do. But, I mean, congrats to PEI.
Yeah.
At the very least for getting 2
We weren't last.
heavy necklaces.
Who was last?
None of us didn't get a medal, and Northwest Territories didn't get a medal.
See, now that's the thing. What he's talking about is, like, not getting medals. I think it's more so the fact that you're looking at smaller provinces and territories that just don't have the population to choose from. You know, such as Ontario has the biggest population to choose from whatever they want.
You're right.
So
It kills us there, yeah.
yeah,
for
it
sure.
It does kill you a little bit when you don't have the population.
Doesn't mean we don't have talent. But
Oh,
just means we don't have as
Yeah.
much to choose from.
Yes, exactly.
Talking professional sports, though, where do we want to go, fellas? We got basketball we've missed out on. We've got hockey trade deadline we missed out on.
Well,
We've got a pitch clock in baseball.
First, we got to stick with Canada Games for one more thing, and that is to recognize that Taylor covered this. He covered Gavin McKenna's record-breaking tournament where he put up 29 points in 6 games, was it, or 5 games?
6 games.
6 games.
4 round robin, 1 qualification game, and 1 placement game.
Mm-hmm. So, congratulations to Gavin McKenna, who broke the record. I don't even know who it was set by.
Record was initially set in 97 and tied in 07. Kelsey Tessier and the other guy was from Quebec, and New Brunswick. But yeah, so almost 30-year-old record, snapped it in dramatic fashion too. Like, this kid's from Yukon, was the first overall pick of the WHL draft to the Medicine Hat Tigers. Was given exceptional status to play U18 hockey before he was drafted.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid comes out of Yukon, and get this, his cousin by marriage, Connor Bedard. Yeah.
Runs in the family.
Hockey family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of hockey, though, are the New York Rangers good now? Will they be good?
I mean, the question should be who's going to get eliminated in the first round of the East, because I honestly don't even know if the Rangers will make it out of the first round.
Really?
I think
Kaner?
they're good.
Redman?
Yeah.
I like him.
Right now, you'd play the Devils, I think. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. The Devils are on the rise. They're not they're good.
Quietest 40-game season
Yeah.
so far.
Props to New Jersey for being good this year and coming out of nowhere during the offseason to be this good. But I think if you're looking at teams for first round exit, you're looking at the New Jersey Devils with who they get matched up with. I think the Rangers are just too much of a veteran presence. You got Kane, who's 3 cups. You got Tarasenko, 1 cup. And Trouba, their captain, is just a force to be reckoned with. You got Shesterkin in net. And just there's so much to love about New York. And with 20-some games left, if they mesh and Turkey gets them going, you're looking at a team that's going to be dangerous coming out of the East with all that experience they got riding on them.
It's crazy to think is you got Boston, Tampa Bay, Toronto, Carolina, New Jersey, and New York.
You want to hear...
Two of these 6 teams are going to be eliminated.
Yeah, you want to hear something controversial yet brave?
Let's hear it.
The Lightning, first round exit.
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah,
the
I'm
way
with
they're
you.
looking right now,
Yeah.
they just lost 6-0 to Carolina yesterday. They lost to Buffalo. Buffalo's climbing into a playoff race. So is Ottawa.
Yeah.
So I
John Cooper sat his top line for the entire third period.
I don't think Tampa Bay is as good as what they were last year or the years
Yeah.
before, obviously, but it's also Tampa Bay. So
It's also
they have
Tampa Bay.
Vasilevsky.
And they have Vasilevsky. But
And you can't
even
count
Vasi's
him out.
not had the season.
Yeah,
that
but
he's been.
playoff Vasi's 10 times better than a regular season.
Yeah, that is.
We
yeah.
know this.
It's just, this is a playoff, I think, that coming into the East that we haven't seen before. It's like watching the deadline or leading up to deadline day. It was like me sitting in my basement playing NHL 23 via jam mode and making all these weird moves, big moves, big time shows.
Yeah, 100%. You don't see this. I don't think we're ever going to see a trade deadline like this again where so many big names are on the move. And it brings up the question, do teams really think this year's the year? And that's alluding to the Toronto media because that was just annoying. But in terms of other teams, is it the year? Why did Tampa Bay go out and trade how many picks? 5 picks for Tanner Jennett? Janelle,
that was just a mind-boggling deal to me.
It made no sense.
And 5 picks for Tanner Janelle,
Yeah.
who literally walked into the league, had 1 good season with the Nashville Predators during his rookie year, and wasn't putting up the same numbers this year.
Yep.
I
I totally agree. I don't understand it. But to go back to the Toronto media one, that was annoying because Kyle Dubas cannot win.
No.
Kyle Dubas, you might as well just admit defeat right now. You make the right move, they're still going to question you. You make the wrong move, they're obviously going to want you fired. But it's just
Right.
it's just hard to even watch or hear the Toronto media right now.
Just let him retire and give the keys to the kingdom to Granny Shanny.
You might as well. But
I don't think there's any help in Toronto, to be honest.
what do you mean? You think
Everyone thought, if this is the year for Toronto, they put all their chips in the pot, this is going to be the year to go for it this year. And what do? Get outshined by Boston, get outshined by the moves the Rangers made picking up a superstar like Kane, get outshined somehow by the New Jersey Devils. There's no help in Toronto.
No.
It's the worst original 6 team.
Ooh.
that's hurt.
Am I wrong?
What
I'm hurtful, but
What do you
I'm
mean by the worst? The worst
This year.
This year? No, Chicago.
Yeah, you're right. Not going on the radar. But you're right. Yeah, Chicago, terrible.
Detroit.
Detroit's not actually that bad.
They're
No, but they were
They're in a
sellers.
weird
They
spot.
were
They
sellers.
sold too
at
much.
They were sellers at the deadline.
Is James Van Riemsdyk a part of the Red Wings now?
No,
that
he-
fell through.
It fell through. He was gonna go, and then the trade fell through.
Okay.
Red Wings just got set up for next year. Chicago
Yeah, they got
is
Larkin locked up, so
preparing for a long, maybe 7-year hibernation in the NHL.
yeah.
But to go to your point about Toronto being bad, or not being set up, they literally got what they needed. They made huge acquisition to get Ryan O'Reilly and Noah Akari.
But if they got what they needed, we'd be talking about making their cup run this year.
I think they're going to make
I
a
think
cup run.
I'd have to agree with that.
I don't know.
They didn't give
They're
up
gonna-
other
they're
pieces.
gonna
Like
beat-
they didn't trade
Yeah, they
Nyes
didn't-
or Robertson.
Yeah,
You think they're
didn't-
beating Boston this year?
They're not. They don't have to play Boston first round. You're gonna have to play Tampa Bay.
But they're going to have to face
Yeah, play
Boston.
Boston second round.
Well, you know what? We'll get to Boston second round. I don't think Boston's gonna be easy, but I do think that's gonna be a bloodbath.
I think that's the perfect storyline, though. The Leafs finally get through the first round this year, get past Tampa Bay, and then you have a second round meeting with Boston, and they get their revenge for that horrible Game 7 in 2013.
Well,
There's
they've
been quite a
couple-
few revenges
They've had a
then.
couple Game 7s where they've lost to Boston.
This is the final time, though. This is the revenge tour. I'm calling it. They finally get through the first round, and then
I don't know,
if they
like-
get through the first, they get the cup. That's what I think.
Yeah, I do like that analogy because this team is good enough to win a cup. Like it
Well,
is stacked toe
The
or
first
head to
round.
toe,
Yeah.
and it's like you have 10 defensemen to choose
Yeah.
from. every
The first
single-
round is their demon. They slay that demon, and I don't think there's anything stopping. I don't think a Boston stops them. I don't think a Colorado stops them. I don't think a
No.
Ranger stops them.
The
They get through
Leafs-
that first round, and they're going to have so much confidence and such a head full of steam that they bust through a brick wall.
I feel like talent-wise, the Leafs have more talent on their roster than Boston does.
That's what I'm saying. They get through that first round.
Yeah, like
With that
it's-
roster, anything's possible.
I think anything's possible as well, and I don't know what you're on, Grant, but you know what? We'll leave you just hating on Toronto.
I'm not hating. I think Toronto is cup or bust
Oh, yeah.
every year.
Well, that's the way the
This year more than
Toronto
others,
media-
but every year.
And it's going to be a bust.
We'll see. I mean, other trades that really we just want
Do
to
we want
highlight
to do
here.
winners or losers right now instead
Well,
of that? Or?
I just want to talk about the Vancouver Canucks
Yeah, okay, yeah.
because the Vancouver Canucks,
Who are you?
they just need to sell the whole thing and just go into basketball again. Like,
Bring back the Grizz.
yeah, go back to the Grizzlies. Memphis is going to be rolling out of there soon anyway. No, I'm joking. But Vancouver, you really need to friggin' get your act together. Like, what are you doing?
You're in cap hell now.
You become sellers. You sell your captain, Bo Horvat. Then you turn around with that first round pick and you trade it to Detroit for a defenseman.
Philip Roenick.
Yeah, what benefit does that do for you? You're tanking for
He's
Bedard.
a good D-man. Like, if that's...
Oh, I'm
if
not
we're talking-
saying he's bad.
No, yeah, I know what you
I'm
mean.
not
Like,
saying he's bad.
we're talking about Boston getting him. Great deal. But
Yeah.
it's just as Vancouver does.
Why go to what are you thinking, Vancouver? You gave up your first rounder. You gave up more than just a first rounder to get him.
They gave up the Islanders'
and-
first round.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's a
like-
late pick, and I think the only thing I can see here is that they sell a bunch of the draft, like get rid of Besser and all those guys, and Miller, and then you build, like, Roenick's what, 24?
Oh,
See-
Roenick's like older than that. I'm pretty sure he's like 26, 28.
He hasn't been in the league that long, though. Kind of came out of nowhere the last couple
I'm
of
pretty
years.
sure he's been in the league for like 9 years, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be mistaken.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Justin, let's pick. I'm going to let you pick 3 to 5 trades, notable trades from this deadline, and we'll give them a grade here.
Okay. So the Dmitry Orlov trade to Boston, that is like A+ slam dunk for Boston, and Garrett Hathaway, like it is like unreal. He had 9 points in his first 3 games in Boston. He's playing the top pair right now, Charlie McAvoy.
Who went back to Boston?
Who went back to Boston, or do you mean Washington?
Or Washington, yeah, sorry.
They just gave up like picks.
Okay,
Yeah.
Like it's just.
How do you see that if you're Washington? Giving away Orlov.
Just because of the way the contract dispute was falling out, I think Washington at least got something back for him. But I'd give Washington probably a C+, B-. Gave up a key piece. You got some picks. You solved an issue that was gonna probably lose. He probably would have left in the offseason anyway. But yeah, Boston gets a guy that helps him now. Washington just gets compensation, basically.
The other trade I think that we need to look at is the Jacob Chychrun trade. A+ slam dunk again from the Ottawa Senators, but then probably
Yep.
F. One of the worst trades. Poor asset management from the Arizona Coyotes once
Shocker.
again. You decided that you were going to try and get 3 first rounders for this guy. Sure. Then every other team went out and got a defenseman because you didn't want to give up your defenseman. And then you had to take the lowest offer because, that's what happens. Anyway, so Ottawa, great move.
A+++++++.
Yeah, and you got them locked up for another 3 years, I think, on that deal.
And on a good cap.
It's $4.6 million.
Ryan Reynolds is getting a good team.
Ryan freaking Reynolds. But overall, I think A++. And then you got Arizona, probably F.
Yeah, Arizona. If you're a loyal watcher of the show, you saw my rant earlier in the season about Arizona. Still same. Sell the team. Get out of Arizona. All that stuff. They suck.
All right, one more trade.
One more trade. We just gotta go Showtime. Patty Kane.
Yeah.
A+ for the Rangers.
A+ for the Rangers. Absolute abomination.
C- for Blackhawks, maybe.
Absolutely
Worse than that.
abomination.
It's not an F. It's not an F.
Oh, it's definitely
a 2
an
and a
F.
4.
It's definitely an F.
It's not an F. Maybe a D-.
Basically, it's like Patty Kane had all the control in this, and they just had to accept fate and said, "Okay, well, I guess this is what's gonna happen," because
What else do you do with the superstar?
Patty Kane, you could have said, "No, we're not trading you."
But what hope did the Hawks have?
No, not trading Kane was not an option. I don't think coming down the stretch. It
They're
was just
selling.
too publicized.
They're selling. Taze is next to go.
But it's second and a fourth for that guy. Come on now.
Yeah, not even a first or a prospect.
Yeah, they did not do great.
The Rangers didn't give up much either. They got Tarasenko for a pretty good price, and they got Kane for an unreal price. They still have all their prospect pool, like Brennan Othman and Schneider, neither one left.
Yeah.
The Rangers and Leafs, prospect pool wise, they're still as strong as they were at the start of the year.
Yep.
All right. In other Waterboyz news, we have our lightning round, of course, but now it's time for Thunder Time. A little TT. A little quick 60 seconds. We're going to just vent here, gentlemen. Topics in sports we can't really dive into too much, but we need to discuss. I'm going to get rolling here. I love the pitch clock so much.
Pitch clock? I absolutely hate the way the NBA is right now.
Hate the NBA?
NBA. Yeah, NBA.
Dale?
Blue Jays spring training looking really good. Football, Derek Carr going to the Saints. Love that.
What a win for St. Louis.
Yeah. What?
What?
St. Louis. Good one.
What a win for New Orleans. Anyway, let's get to basketball because West is looking amazing. East is looking pretty sad. Just a little flip-flop from the NHL.
I mean, no.
What?
East has 4 good teams.
East has 2 good teams.
4.
4 good teams. Come on now.
If we're talking teams that could actually get to the finals and make a push, Celtics, Bucks. You're it. You're
Sixers.
done. Tap it out.
Not in that order.
Sixers.
Ooh, yeah. Actually, I'd
Sixers.
switch out the Sixers for the Bucks. Actually, make it Celtics. Sixers.
Who's your 4th?
Who's my 4th?
Yeah.
You're not going to want to know.
Let's hear it.
The number 1 overall or power rankings this week in the NBA, the New York Knicks.
This week.
Yeah.
This week.
They're
There's
on,
a lot of weeks.
They're on a 9-game win
A lot of
streak.
weeks.
I don't care if they haven't lost a game all season. They're not going to the NBA Finals.
Oakland A's had an amazing win streak. And look what they did that
looking
season.
pretty good. We're talking a contention to win the East, the next half of the year.
Buddy. You're more delusional
They just beat Boston in double overtime last night.
I don't care if they beat the Dream Team in 2010. The Knicks are not going anywhere.
It's the point of a series to eliminate
the Knicks.
the statistical inaccuracies of streaks in the regular season.
We'll see.
That's the point of
We'll
it.
see.
Knicks playoff lock. Past the second round, could not see it.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Well,
I'll leave it
who's
at
their
that.
guy? Stan Lee's their fan.
I'm not talking. Jalen Brunson's their man right now. Come on.
Yeah, you gotta show him a little bit of love. New York finally has a decent team that's not the...
You underpaid for him. Everyone thought it was an overpay. It's an underpay. It's an underpay. Now, looking at the West, probably, it's a two-headed race over there. You got the Phoenix Suns and you got the Denver Nuggets. Although Denver hasn't really proven anything in the playoffs, so you can't really put them up there because...
I like the Mavs, too.
The Mavs is going to be... if we get a Suns-Mavs playoff matchup, ooh, baby! Luka and Booker, oh my god, I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that. They were going at each other yesterday during the game.
I saw the notifications on my phone from Bleacher Report saying there was some smoke. I didn't see the fire though.
Booker didn't talk until like after like the game was essentially over. And then Luka was like, all right, like you can't start talking when you like just won the game. Like, start talking during the game. Like, he said it's fine though. I'll get him back next time. So we'll see what happens.
Grizz are falling apart too, so I'd say yeah, you got your 3-headed race there probably, and that's about it.
Well, we got a 23-year-old hot-headed, probably superstar, close to probably could be one of the faces of the NBA in the future.
When you get Durant, Irving, and LeBron James in the nursing home, yeah.
Well, yeah. But like, John Morant is special. He's a superstar.
Oh, he's a superstar.
He's
no doubt about that.
And he has a $231 million contract kicking in after this year, over the next 5 years. But if his head
doesn't get removed from his rectal,
sure. If he doesn't start thinking properly, he could lose this money, which would be sad because he's a special talent. But if you're going to start waving guns around on Instagram lives and then police reports are going to come out about you punching a 17-year-old 12 to 13 times and flashing your gun at him in a pickup basketball game last summer, I don't know what it is that he's trying to prove. I just don't get it.
No.
I hope nothing but the best, and I hope he gets the support he needs. I'm happy that the Grizzlies aren't losing their mind at him. I'm happy that they're saying that he's family and that we're going to support him through anything.
He needs help, but he also needs to be put in his damn place.
Well,
Like, you can't go around acting like this. I don't care if you're a bum on the streets or the Queen of England. Act like a decent human being.
Yeah. I don't disagree.
Know your role, you jabroni.
Very well said. I'm going to try to make a career in the NBA, so I'm going to abstain from comment here. Anyway.
So will I, but like it has to be commented on.
It does. I mean, bonehead move. That's all I got to say about it. But on a lighter note, guess what, guys?
What's up, Grant?
Jérémie Biakabutuka. We filmed this a month ago.
Yeah.
And then we had Canada Games. We had Ken Reed. We had... I think that's it.
Busy 2 weeks, folks.
It's been a busy 3-4 weeks. But anyway.
It's been 3 weeks.
Yeah. Finally, you'll get to hear what Jérémie Biakabutuka was thinking back in
February,
yeah.
The boys are tired, but they're back and ready to attack. We have delivered as promised. Jérémie Biakabutuka on set. How you doing, Jérémie?
I'm good. How about you?
Oh, awesome. So we're gonna kick things off with you're having an unbelievable season right now. You've broken records for yourself personally in the goals department. Just how happy have you been with your performance this year?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with my I'm pretty happy with my my plays, and I'm playing better. I think this year I'm playing with a little bit more confident. I have a bigger role too, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way it goes, and hopefully it keeps I keep playing good till the end of the season.
Now, coming into this year, did you kind of expect you were going to have a bigger role back in Charlottetown?
Yeah, no, of course. Last year we had a lot of good players, and we had a lot of talented players, and this year it was more like a rebuild year. So obviously I was probably like a me, Kieran, Orth, and I think we are the only 3 guys that came back from last year. So I talked with the coach, and he said this year you're gonna have a bigger role. So yeah, actually, when you do the math, you expect to have a big role and play more, and be a leader in the room and everything.
So I'm going to start off with a punch to the gut, but we'll get through it.
Okay.
All right. Last year, great season.
Yeah.
A President Cup appearance, and an unfortunate loss, but you knew this year was gonna be a rebuild.
Yeah.
So with a bad season underway, you know, nothing too good coming out of it. How does it feel to be one of the star players, the key components this year?
Well, I think my job this year is to give the team a chance to win every day and every games. Obviously, we're winning a lot less than last year. It can be tough sometimes for everybody because, you know, losing is never fun. But I think for me is just to do my thing, give a little bit more to, you know, on the ice because, you know, I'm a veteran now, I'm 20 years old. And yeah, I actually have to work harder than last year to make the team win. Because last year, if I was not doing the job, it was okay because we had like so much good players. But this year, if I'm not doing the job, like it's, you know, it's harder for the team to win.
Now, do you feel you're proud of the team for where they are right now? Because, like you said, we've talked about not quite as many wins as last year, but the team is still turning heads and surprising people. Like going up in Quebec as you guys just came back, you put the run to one of the best teams in the queue. So are you proud of where this team has come so far this season?
Yeah. Well, I'm proud of like where we're going. I would say that, but I don't think I think we're better than what we showed. I think we're better than our like what how many games we've won and everything. But I think we're going in the right direction. I think we starting to, you know, get together and find our confidence. And you know, I think there's like 25 games left. I think we'll be much better than the first half of the season. But I think we all know in the room that we can do a lot better than what we did the first games.
Talking about the season, has it been harder mentally for you and not only yourself but the whole team?
Yeah, and I think mentally that's the challenge for all the players who were there last year and all the new guys who are not used to, you know, lose sometimes. Because, you know, we're hockey players, you know, you should always expect to win every game. And when you're losing like 5 games, 6 games in a row, sometimes it can be hard. But it's a battle mentally, and I think we're well, you know, with the coach and everything, we're surrounded with good people to help us, you know, be good mentally and everything. And I think we're doing a good job right now to stay focused mentally and everything.
How do you feel like you guys cope with like hard times?
Sorry, I didn't understand that question. What is cope? Sorry.
Like what I mean by cope is like
How do you deal with it?
Yeah, how do you deal with it?
Oh, I think it's well, we have I think it's talk with each other a lot. I think when there's a problem, you know, the thing we're doing is we just talk about it. You know, when there's a problem about, you know, like our power play right now is not really doing, you know, good, so we're just gonna talk about it, make some adjustment. When there's like a problem in the room, we're gonna talk about it and everything. So talking about it makes us, you know, that we're not like mad like on our own and just, you know, doing, you know, like talking behind the back of everybody. We're just, you know, facing it all together, and, you know, as a young group, you know, it will help like the younger guys too to be better and, you know, mentally better. Yeah.
Have you enjoyed kind of the role you've been put in so far? Like you said, last year you didn't have to worry quite as much about minutes and how you've affected other players as much, but this year you're a veteran, 20 years old, leader in the locker room. So have you enjoyed making that step kind of as a face that the rookies will turn to?
No, I think every player, you know, wants to play, you know, if I could play 60 minutes, I would play 60 minutes. So, but yeah, I think it's pretty fun to have that role, and it helps me, you know, develop as a leader too. You know, I cannot just be mad at a player. I have to explain to him like, and what he can do to be like better and everything. I have to, you know, my approach have to be different with some younger guys than you know, that it was like last year. Last year, you know, I could just say something and it was good because he was just same age as me, he could, you know, take it. But this year I cannot say something to a younger guy the same way I was like saying to, like, I don't know, Cormier or, you know. So I think it's a little bit of adjustment, but I think it'll be good for like my future as a leader, as a like just in life in general, you know. Yeah.
So you played at Rimouski and Val-d'Or,
Yep.
2 teams with great history, right? And Charlottetown doesn't have a Sidney Crosby, and they're pretty new to the queue, especially going from Rocket to Islanders. in the whole rebrand. So when you go from a program with history to a program that's trying to make a statement, have you noticed a change in the locker room, a change in the fans, a change in the scenery, or is it still just hockey?
Well, I think it's still just hockey. I think the first thing they told me when I got traded here is that it's a great organization, and I stand for it. To be honest, it's probably one of the best organizations in the league. Charlottetown, to be honest, like the fans and everything. Like this year, we have we have some fans in the stands, even if we're not really good and everything. But like all the organization, the coaches and everything. But you can see that they the coaches in the organization, they're trying to show that they are they are as big as the Rimouski franchise and everything. That's why last year that was like important for us to reach the finals, because that was like the first time. It would have been important to win, because it would have been like we are at the same level as all these organizations that won, like Rimouski and Baldwin and everything. But and I think that's the mindset for Jim, the coach, and all the coaches, is just to build a good program that the players will say, I'm happy to play here and I want to go there, because I know that a lot of players want to go to Rimouski and everything, and but I think they are in a good direction, and it's a pretty good organization.
So talking about Jim, how much has he helped out this year in not only your play yourself, but like sticking with the team and keeping you guys accountable for when you guys make mistakes and you're on a losing streak? How important has he been in just turning the locker room around and keeping it positive?
Jim is a really good coach. I think he's probably one of the best coaches I ever had. Just the way he coaches, the way he, when you make a mistake, he'll gonna tell you, but it's not because he wants to make you mad or because it's because he wants you to be better. He wants you to learn from that mistakes. And even when we're losing, he's not gonna always yell at you and everything. He's gonna try to find solution and everything. And I think he's a veteran too, so he knows how the room is going when we're losing and everything, and he's doing his best to turn everything around. But he's doing a really good job, and I think he's part of the reason why we're going in this good, in a good direction right now, and we're starting winning more games and everything.
There's a reason he's CHL Coach of the Year.
Yeah, 1,000 games under his belt. That doesn't come quite too easy in coaching these days.
No.
All right, so you grew up in Quebec. You said Montreal, just in the outskirts?
Yeah, on the South Shore of Montreal.
South Shore of Montreal. Now, when was it? At what age did you realize hockey was a viable option for you as a career and as a dream kind of thing growing up?
I started playing hockey when I was 4, like every young guy. But I tried a lot of sport like basketball, football, soccer, and everything. And I don't know, I just kept playing hockey. And at some point, at 14 years old, you have to choose, which sport. And I think hockey was the better option, because it was in Quebec. That's a sport that you have the more program at school and everything. So my father said, you're pretty good at hockey, so there's a lot of school for hockey, so why don't you just keep going? And I said, yeah, I love hockey anyway, so I'll just keep going, and here I am today.
You go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say there's some carryover between, basketball and football, especially at a skill position,
Yep.
but not compares to hockey.
No.
So when you did have to choose a sport, was there a second place that was a little close to hockey or what?
Yeah, basketball was my second choice, to be honest. Basketball was it's a nice sport. It's a different sport and less physical when we're talking about hitting and everything, and it's different. But like I said, basketball was not as developed as hockey in Quebec, so I wouldn't have much option to go far, go in NCAA, So hockey was really the main sport, but I think at the time hockey was my favorite sport too. Basketball was behind, but basketball was pretty close. At some point I want to play in the NBA.
What?
Who's your team?
My team's Golden State. I'm a big Stephen Curry fan since
when?
Since I was in grade 7.
Okay,
so before they won their first
Not a
championship.
bandwagon.
Not a
No,
bandwagon.
I'm not.
They were getting good though, so you're not. Yeah.
So, when you played basketball, were you in the post or were you a spot-up shooter?
No, I was actually like a point guard or shooting
were a
guard
point guard.
because I was like the smallest. Like I was.
When
yeah.
did you take your growth spurt?
No, I'm telling you, I was probably like 6 feet, 6'1", but there were some guys who were like already 6'4", 6'5", and everything. So I was like,
At
not.
how old?
I was in grade 7. I was like 13. Like yeah, I'm
What
telling
are
you.
they feet?
I was not
Water.
the tallest of my group.
You guys eating potatoes up there?
I don't know, but
I was 4'8" in grade 7, and I'm from.
no, in grade 7 and 8, I was not the tallest guy. I was like a point guard, shooting guard, and
Wow.
Like,
I was not the biggest.
Average day at school, you're the shortest guy.
No, I was not the shortest guy, but I was like
But on the
not
basketball team,
like when
you were-
on the basketball team when you were like looking at me, you were not.
Oh,
Oh, this
yeah.
guy's big. We're just he's a number. No,
Wow,
yeah, it was just-
that's kind of crazy. So, you liked running the point or no?
yeah. I like shooting. You know, my favorite player is Stephen Curry, so you know I'm the type of guy who's gonna shoot the ball from half court and knock it down. Next time I'll have it. You know, but
I'll get it next time.
yeah, I'll get it next
Did
time.
you ever do that in a game?
No, well, I was not playing like well, in grade 7 I was just in the program, just
Okay.
practicing with the team because I was playing hockey like the real season with
Yeah.
so I was just practicing with the team. I didn't play no game, but when we're doing some like scrimmage and everything, I was just hitting like you know a 3-point shot all game and everything. You know, it was not my real sport, so I was just having fun.
If it wasn't a 3, you didn't want it.
No, exactly.
Did any basketball coach try and convince you, like, come play basketball over hockey?
Oh well, they didn't try to convince me, but the coach when I was in grade 7, you know, he said, you know, basketball could be an option. I know you play hockey and everything, but he said if hockey doesn't work out, you know, basketball could be an option. But obviously now it's too late. But he didn't try to convince me, but you know,
Can you dunk?
I can actually.
Yeah.
I just tried to dunk like a couple of years ago, like a year in like I think last summer and everything, and I was able to, but before that I was 6'3" and I couldn't dunk.
After all, you did choose hockey.
Yeah.
And let's get back to it here.
Yeah.
So, at every level that you jump up in hockey, there's something added to it, you know. It's just a completely different game.
Yep.
And going from midget to juniors, is it still just that you're having fun with it, or is it a job now?
Well, I think you should always, you know, have fun playing hockey. I think that if you're not having fun, well, it'll be terrible for you, because I think playing hockey at that level is pretty hard. You know, mentally you're away from your family. You're playing a lot of games. You get injured. You have pressure from the scouts, from your coaches, from the fans, everything. So if you don't enjoy playing hockey, you'll stop after a couple of years, because like the pressure is so high. But the difference is more like in the play, like it's like quicker and everything. But playing midget, bantam, pee-wee, or junior like I am right now, it was always fun. You know, it's always fun playing hockey. Every time I'm going on the ice, it's like I'm a little kid and I'm just having fun. It's just the everything is different. Obviously, like the scouts now are watching you, the coach. You know, you have to produce. You have to be. You know, when you're making mistakes, everybody. But at the end of the day, when I'm on the ice and I have the puck, is the same thing as every level.
When talking about the midget to junior jump, was trades like the biggest thing that was like, holy shit, like this is so much different now?
The trades, like getting traded?
Actually getting traded.
Yeah, well, you know, it was like the first time I was in a business. You know, now I was like I was just a number. You know, his number is 77 when I was in Baldor. I was not Jeremy. I was just, you know, so I could get traded anytime. But it was for me for me getting traded was like like it won't happen to me. It was just it's really like when I got traded for the first time that it really like hit me. But it's the business sides that really like hit me when I got here. Is that it's not, you know, midget when, you know, like the coach is like, you know, friends with you and everything. Now it's really like, you know, the GM and the head coach doesn't really talk to you because, you know, you don't want to get too close to you because he wants to be able to trade you right away if you can. You know, it's the business side that was the most like
difficult?
Yeah, well, not difficult, but it was like now I'm in the, you know, men's league now. It's not, you know, minor hockey anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So would you say your first trade is probably the most difficult part of your hockey career so far?
Yeah,
Just
no.
adjusting to it?
Yeah, no, my first trade was pretty hard because I really love Val-d'Or. Obviously, a lot of guys are making fun of me because, they think Val-d'Or is not a good place to play. But for me, I really love Val-d'Or. And, I asked for a trade because I wanted to play more and everything. I wanted to develop. And it was really business in Val-d'Or. It was, the older you are, the more you play. And for me, well, I didn't believe in that. I thought that as a 6'4" defenseman, righty who can move and everything, just try to develop him and everything. But they didn't want to, so I asked for a trade. And when I got traded, it was not because I didn't like the place or everything. So when I got traded, it was pretty hard because, you're just changing from billet. I have a new team, new coach, new city, new everything. And that was probably the most difficult thing in my career so far.
So they told you Charlottetown was a great organization, and they can tell you all they wanted to about PEI.
Yep.
But you land here. What's your first thoughts of the island?
First thought was probably the drivers, to be honest. People are driving so slower. It's crazy.
Yes, thank
it's
you.
crazy.
Thank
I was driving. I didn't land here. I was driving to get here, and
Thank you.
people. I know what it is, but they're so scared to drive. I don't know. It's so
But,
and sometimes it's dangerous, and yeah.
Once you pass them, because they're going too slow, so you pass them,
Yeah.
and then they get right up on your bumper because they're mad that you passed them.
Yeah, no, exactly. Sometimes when I'm driving, I'm like, I look like Fast and Furious because everybody's going at 50 and I'm going 70, but the limit's 70. So why are we? But yeah, that's probably that's the only thing on the island that is bad. Other than that, all the food, the fans, my billet, the beach when during summer is.
It's a given on PEI. No matter where you're going at what time, you'll find a slot.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a place with a 40-kilometer speed limit and then a 90 for a highway? I've never seen that. So
No, there's some numbers for limits. I've never seen 60 and then you go for 50 and then you go from 90. I'm like, just put 70 all the way. Just come on. Who decided that?
I 100% agree with you, and you know what? When thinking about Charlottetown, what place stuck out to you in terms of food? Because your good friend, Frankie, said he loves take sushi. So did you love take sushi?
Yeah, no, actually what's it called? Take sushi?
Take sushi.
Take sushi made me love sushi because before that I was not the big sushi fan.
Same.
But all Simino, Cormier, Patty Gay, Trudeau, and Frankie, we're all going to sushi and they said, oh, you should come. I said, I'm not a big fan, but I'll try it. But after that, not gonna lie, I became a sushi fan.
So
I wonder who the first Islander was to try sushi, because every Islander we've had on and asked about sushi, they're like, I didn't like it until someone took me to take.
No, I don't know what's different, but I don't know. Back home, it's different back home. I don't know. Here it's different.
So what about? Well, I mean, we're right on the water too, so that's one thing.
Yeah.
But what is the go-to thing when you go to Take now?
Me, it's the what I take.
Yeah.
It's the crispy Mackies.
Oh.
It's the only thing I took, cause I tried it one time and it was good, so I didn't want to take something else and it was bad. So it's just safe. Thing and everything. Yeah, I'm not
playing it safe.
Yeah.
So take sushi or taco boys?
I'll take take sushi. Yeah, taco boy is pretty good, but I don't know.
It's basic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Taco Boys doesn't go above the bit.
No, exactly.
They don't care about you.
Taco Boys, they don't like to put on the toppings. I find they're just very stingy.
No, it's really basic. I could do that tacos at home. But,
Now, you just came back before the start of the season from Detroit Red Wings training camp.
Yep.
Take me through that. What was it like being there, and just what was that whole experience like in Detroit for you?
It was pretty nice, to be honest, being around all those NHL players and everything, and being in the facilities of Detroit. It's brand new too. I think it's 2 years old and everything. And it's different. You can see it's the NHL. It's their job. Some guys have families and everything, and you can see your only focus when you're there is just playing hockey and nothing else. you're like well surrounded with all the physio, all the coaches, and you have thing for you're just saying, oh, I think I'm hurt, I hurt my knee, and you have 5 people just taking care of you, and it's just crazy. Like it's really like different, and like everybody's serious there. You know, there's nobody's just there just to have fun and just living the junior life or the NHL life. You know, everybody's serious doing their job, because at the end of the day it's your work. You know, like you have to feed your family and everything. So yeah, it was probably my best experience.
Did you get any interactions with any of the NHL guys? Like they got Dylan Larkin, any of those players?
Yeah, no, of course. I was played a preseason game, and I was sitting right next to Mo Sider, and Ben Sherrod, all those guys, all the NHL players. I was on the ice with them, like practicing with them, and what's really nice is that they're just treating you like you're one of you're an NHL player, and they're just talking to you. They're really like they're really like human and everything. So it was pretty nice, like to them to like treat me normally, even though I was on the ATO. But yeah.
Was there one of those guys that you really gelled with right off the bat from Detroit's main roster?
Yeah. Well, I was not really like it was not like I wasn't their friends and everything. I was just doing my thing on the side with the like younger player and everything. But Ben Sherrod was really nice to me. Was talking to me when I was not. Somebody would just come up to me and say, "Oh yeah, you're pretty good, really good," and asking questions about myself and everything. So it was he was pretty good. Like he's the one that if someone asked me, he was like a good veteran that where they at Detroit, I'll say probably Ben Sherrod. Yeah.
Now, was there anyone on the team that during the main camp or rookie camp that had anyone for like a team dinner or anything like that? Did you guys ever do anything as a team per se?
No, we didn't have like a team dinner, but I remember we had to like tip the trainers for like the main camp, and I think it was like something like $100. Like for them it's nothing, but for me it's like a lot. So when I went to give the $100 to, it was Ben Sherrod to like collect the money. He said, "I know you play junior, you can just keep the money. I know it's like big money for you." So I was like, so that was like one thing why Ben Sherrod was a good veteran, because he understand that like $100 for me is not the same thing for him who's making like $5 million a year. So yeah, it was that. But we didn't have like no team dinner or something that would like where the rookie has to pay like everything. So
hopefully going to the shows in your future. We wish you all the best. Yeah. But before we say goodbye to you, we've got our very special lightning round. Okay. 5 quick questions. Yeah. We'll try to avoid some controversy to keep this one light. Okay. But when it comes to party scene, Montreal South Shore or Jersey Shore on MTV?
Jersey Shore, I don't know.
Have you ever watched it? No. Snooki? No. Looking for your time? Okay.
I'll say Montreal Shore.
I don't even know what Jersey Shore is either, so.
Man, bunch of youngsters. All right. Walk it in, go bar down, or blue line snipe?
No, walking in bar down is just, it's more like sometimes the blue line shot can be lucky, but when you're like walking in, you just, bar down's more like,
they know you got
that was where you were going.
You can put the finesse on it more than the heat.
Yeah. Let's still bar down. I know.
Just talk about heat. Have you found out what the fastest you've ever shot a puck is?
Actually, I haven't. Actually, it would be fun. Yeah, we should have like a Charlottetown like All-Star game.
Yeah,
talk to the team about that.
That'd be a good idea.
Throw it in Craig's ear for you.
So amongst the Islanders, you have Islanders from the island themselves, and more so than last year. Do you have a favorite Islander this year?
Islander, like a player on the team.
Like from PEI.
From PEI.
An Islander.
Like on the team.
Yeah.
On the team.
Who's my favorite? Who's my favorite PEI native player on the team?
Yeah. Yes. There we go.
Well, I'll say like Kieran, because he's our captain, and like, I don't know, I played for him last year and everything. He's so funny, and I'll say Kieran.
Have the peanut butter sandwiches been going around quite as much in the locker room this year?
Yeah, well, Frankie's not there anymore, so like we can have peanut butters now. So
he's free to do.
Yeah.
All right. Is it more fun to play with a team with history like Rimouski, or like you said, that new beginnings with Charlottetown? Which would you rather?
Would rather like the new team like Charlottetown, because like you feel like you can be part of history. Like Rimouski, like I was just like a player who just played there, and Charlottetown, I feel like I can be part of the history, and it's pretty fun. Yeah.
All right. finally, to wrap this thing up, you said you won't touch Poutine on PEI.
Yeah.
You've always got your place back home in Montreal for Poutine.
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't know. I've tried a lot of poutine, to be honest. I've tried to find like a poutine that can beat my poutine back home, and I haven't found one yet. So I said, why not just stick to my poutine back home? And
I'm picking up on something. You're saying poutine. He says Poutine because he's American. He thinks it's pronounced that way. But is it poutine or Poutine?
well, it's poutine. It's
No,
poutine
it's
actually,
poutine.
because it's like
Poutine.
poutine is in English and poutine is in French. So
Okay, so you're just talking in English. For
So-
us.
yeah,
For
I'm
the
just talking
fans.
English for us. For you
He's
guys.
trying to simplify it for us simpletons.
Yeah. No, it's just,
he doesn't understand. I'm a man of culture when it comes to food.
Yeah, well, he's
I've
saying,
eaten around the world.
he's actually saying right. Poutine is actually the right.
Yeah, Justin.
But
So
you're
take
talking
a hike,
French.
buddy.
You're talking French.
Which is who created Poutine.
Yeah, listen. That's where.
They created the dish, the most amazing and most Canadian thing I can think of, besides maple syrup.
Yeah, maple
They
syrup.
get to name it. They get to pronounce it
Have you
properly.
ever tried that? Maple syrup on poutine.
No.
No.
That sounds sacrilegious.
Yeah.
No, that's like
I've heard.
disrespectful.
Okay, but for our
That's like
fans that are
putting egg on a
watching,
burger.
and for just anyone who might travel home to Montreal and take a visit in the city, what's the go-to poutine spot?
It's Alpha Poutine in Longueuil. So
Is it-
that's the best one.
Is it a classic, or is it like anything added on it?
No, just classic.
Just
Just
classic?
like,
Okay.
classic poutine
Okay.
is the best one, yeah.
And
So,
speaking of classic, we've got our classic outro.
Jody.
Hey, if you don't know who we are yet, well, we're the Waterboyz podcast, and you're watching this on either YouTube, probably is where you're watching this, Spotify, or Apple Podcast. And if you haven't already, be sure to follow us on our Instagram, or Twitter, or Facebook at Waterboyz Podcast or Waterboyz Media. Grant, please send these guys out.
Will do, Juddy.